Vipers Voices at the end of the Desert Vipers' second match of this DP World ILT20, and it's another victory, this time by 6 wickets with 14 balls to spare against the Gulf Giants, the side that beat the Vipers in the inaugural final back in 2023. It might sound like a straightforward win, but it was anything but. The pitch certainly helped the bowlers. It was darting around all evening. Gulf Giants scrambled up to 119 for 9, and it was hard going to get that target, but in the end, victory was achieved. I've got Alex Hales alongside me. Good evening to you, Alex. And well, it was a remarkable game, but it looked to me as though it was a very, very difficult surface to bat on.
Yeah, I think it was. It felt tricky. There was a fair bit of swing. I think it was still swinging in the 12th, 13th over there, and a little bit of seam as well. So it was tricky. It was really tricky to find any rhythm, and they had some very, very skillful swing bowlers, which obviously makes it a little bit harder. I think when Blessing came in and hit the pitch hard as well, it was also pretty tricky. It was a little bit too pace. So, I think you have to give credit to Vincey to the way he played to score 70 odd not out, and that's a great effort. And obviously Sam coming in a very tricky period when we'd lost 2 early wickets and barely mistiming a ball was really, really impressive. So it's great to see him in good form. And yeah, a couple of scratchy starts for me, but it's felt quite tricky up at the top. So hopefully going forward I can turn those starts into bigger scores.
Alex, there was a lot of grass on the surface. Lockie Ferguson won the toss, decided to bowl first. What was the thinking there?
I guess we just probably weren't sure how it was going to play. There was a lot of grass on it, but also quite a few dry patches as well. So we didn't really know how it was going to play, and thought maybe the dew setting down later on would probably favour the chasing team. But yeah, I think it was a good toss to win. Obviously, it was a difficult pitch, and to bat first on it, you never quite know what a good score is when the pitch is doing a little bit. So I think it was a great toss to win, and you obviously still have to put the ball in the right area, which our bowlers did, and I think they've been very impressive the first 2 games.
James Vince, 76 not out, took his bat all the way through the innings from 62 balls. He showed why he's so highly regarded in this form of the game. With hindsight, was there anything you could have done differently just to try and test him a little bit more? Because he played superbly. It was almost as though he was on a different pitch from the other Gulf Giants batters.
Yeah, I don't think we could do anything different. I thought we bowled pretty well in general. And like you said, he's an exceptional player. He seems to score runs in all conditions, whether it's swinging, seaming, spinning, in all different parts of the world. So he's for sure one of the best players in T20 cricket in the world. And I actually thought we bowled pretty well to him. We had a couple of chances maybe that we could have taken in the field, but I think in general we bowled pretty well and kept him off strike for the first 10 overs a fair bit, and bowled to the batters coming in, which I thought was pretty impressive.
119 for 9. Was that a par score, would you say?
Well, yeah, it felt like 20 over par when I was out there. But no, I think any time you can keep a team below 140, you probably back yourselves to chase it on most surfaces. And luckily the way we bowled, there was no scoreboard pressure really. I mean, it was tricky out there, but had we been batting first and I was 10 off 22, it would have been real panic stations, I think. But to bowl that well and keep them to having no scoreboard pressure, I think made our job a lot easier. But still credit to Sam and Shafane, the way he played coming in and hitting 4s and 6s like that. It was a great effort. But I think any time you can keep a team below 140, you back yourself to get it.
Was it harder to bat, do you think, in the second innings than the first? You were talking with the toss and hoping there might have been some dew to help the ball skid on a little bit, but I just wonder, was it actually tougher?
It felt it. I mean, it didn't look like there was too many demons in it in the first innings. It looked like we just bowled pretty well and kept taking wickets and sort of halted their momentum. And Vincey obviously didn't get much of a strike, I don't think, in the first 10 overs. Only towards the end he sort of faced a few more balls. So I actually thought we bowled really well, and I thought the dew might make the pitch skip on and be quite true. But it was tough. Like some balls at Blessings bowled sort of quite stoppy off the pitch, and then some would zip back and feel 10 mile an hour quicker. A little bit of swing and seam. So it felt really tough, and it felt like the pitch got a little bit trickier. And they've obviously got a skillful attack with those swing bowlers. Maybe it did, and I think that's quite a rare thing here. Often the dew makes it get a bit better, but it certainly felt tricky the whole way through that.
You batted with Sam Curran and added 49, and Sam, what an exceptional innings from him. He played superbly in game 1 for 50 not out. He's played superbly again here, hasn't he?
Yeah, 2 really impressive innings without really taking too many risks either. He's batted normally, played really good cricket shots, and and looked like he's had all the time in the world, and what have been two not so easy pitches, especially with the new ball. So it's been very impressive to see him play like that. And obviously bowling and fielding, he's a hell of a cricketer, and we're lucky to have him for the whole comp.
And having a player like Sherfane Rutherford coming in at the end, it makes it look a lot more straightforward, that result, doesn't it, than it actually was. 14 balls to spare, but a lot of that was down to his clean ball striking.
Yeah, he's one of the best strikers in T20 cricket in the world at the moment. He's got one of the best bat swings I've ever seen. It's great to watch. To have him in form for this comp would be huge for us, and that's a great start for him there.
Tough wins, they say, are always the best wins. What will the reaction be in the rooms to a success like that?
Yeah, good. It's nice to win those games that aren't so fluid and easy as they look. I mean, that was a tricky win. A tricky game that we managed to get the win. And when you win tight ones like that aren't easy, I think it sets you up in good stead for your confidence for the rest of the comp. When it gets tight and the conditions are tough, knowing that we've won games like that before.
And the next game is against MI Emirates, the defending champions. They've played 2 games, both against the Dubai Capitals. They lost the first one by 1 run, and then they won the second one quite comfortably. Nicholas Pooran's in form. Faisal Haq Faruqi, the left-arm fast bowler, he's looking good as well. What threat do they present? It's at the same venue, the Dubai International Stadium.
Yeah, they're a very good side on paper. Some good swing bowlers and also some very good spinners as well in the middle overs. So it's a tricky match. They're one of the strongest teams in the comp for sure, but I think we back ourselves as well. We've got an unbelievable team, I think, this year. An unbelievable squad, actually. We've got a lot of depth, so I'm very excited for what the next few weeks has in store for us.
Alex Hales, thanks so much for joining us this evening here on Vipers Voices. So, a victory for the Desert Vipers, 2 in 2 for the team. And next up, as we've mentioned, it's MI Emirates here at the same venue, the Dubai International Stadium, on Thursday. And we'll be back with reaction to that game. So please join us again next time.